Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome back to Inventory Management Portal. This is Raza, and today I am going to tell you about how can you navigate from your dashboard to different pages of your application. Okay. Basically this is the problem that you might experience when you are creating this project. So let's try to dig in and perform the navigation in our PHP project. Let's go. Okay, let's first log into the system and see what we have up till now. So you see, when I logged in directly, roles are coming. This is not the correct way. When I click view, all the things are perfectly working, you see. Okay, when I click here, anything you see, so you see everything is there, but I don't want this to be happening directly. So for that purpose, let us go inside the code and do some code for criteria based display of the data. So this is my admin DB page, and here you see at this point I have the roles anchor tag. So instead of this hash, today I am specifying here my page again, admin db.php. that is my same page, .php. Okay, question mark is the separator of the URL and the query string. So I am creating a new you can say query item or a query string item, that is ID, and I am passing here 1. This is my created syntax, guys. This is not something that is inside PHP or anything, but this is my ID that's I have created, or I have given the name. You can specify any name of your choice if you wish to add any name, any other name. Okay, so I am representing this roles as ID equals to 1, and this is the way, if you have seen the PHP initial tutorials on my PHP playlist, then you might know, you might have studied this thing, that when we pass data via URL, that means the get method of sending data is utilized. So the same thing I am copying here, and I am pasting it here, and I am pasting it here, and so on for the others. Okay, now what I can do, I can change simple the ID. So I am just giving a representation of my these roles, users, suppliers, products, and stock with these numbers. So I am passing the ID. Okay, now the next step is, on this page we have to get these IDs. So let's write at the top of the PHP at the top of this page PHP, and let's create a variable $page underscore ID equals to 0. So I've just created a variable here, and now I am going to check what type of request I am getting. So if is set $_get, okay, if is set $_get, and here you can pass ID and come inside. If the ID you got with the help of the get method, then what you have to do, you have to specify that ID inside the page ID. Simple. So I am writing here $_get, because the method is get, and then what I am passing ID. Which is this ID? This is the ID. Okay, that's why I have specified ID inside the get. Now let's save this. So when you get this page ID should be displayed. So now at this point I have done this code in the previous lectures. So now I can be able to write here, if $page ID is equals to 1, then echo $page ID. Just for your understanding, let's remove this include. Else if $page ID is equals to 2, then echo $page ID. Just understand this, then we'll try to display the pages also. So when we have one line inside the body of the if or else, then we do not specify curly brackets, but if you have multiple lines, then we can specify curly brackets for if else. I hope it is clear to everyone. So that's my two if and else if for ID 1 and ID 2. Let's start the page and see what's the output. So you see directly 1 is coming here. Okay, and one more thing that I have to specify, that's my mistake, I have to specify equals to because that's my if else. Save it. directly 1 should not be coming, because page ID is initially blank. Okay, so it should not be displaying anything. So you see nothing is displaying because page ID is 0 by default. Okay, so roles, you see now the ID has been passed 1 and 1 is displayed. When I click users, you see users has been displayed. So this similarly I can do it for all the other windows that I will create for future. Okay, so write it like this, and if ID equals to 3, and if ID equals to 4, and if ID equals to 5, that's it. Okay, now instead of echoing the ID, let's include the roles that we have done already. So roles crude.php, simple. Save and start the page. You see right now by default no role is displaying. When I click here, you see now. And now let's view the roles. Now you see the behavior. When I have clicked on the view button, you see it disappears because the roles crude page is working on the post method. Let me show you that. That's my role crude, and you can see the view button and the delete button, the add button, everything is working and using the post method. Okay, for that purpose we have to do something here also. So when somebody tries to click the view button, let's say this one, something should be happened. And what is that something? You see in this page, in the roles crude page, you have created the forms. So inside every form tag that you have created, you have to add a field. So you have to pass your ID from this page. So let's create a hidden field that is not visible on the page, hidden field, and the name of the hidden field should be ID because we are passing the ID via get. So here via post I am also passing the ID, and the value for this page should be 1. Why 1? Because that's my role crude and I have specified 1 as an identifier for my roles crude. Now save this, copy. Now you see that's my one form, but we have other form controls also. You can see here form tag. So we have to specify the hidden field at this point as well. So let's try to add hidden field here and single quotation marks because this is an echo. Okay, and here also. That's it. Let me make it to the top. Now it's fine. So you see inside the second form tag on this same page I have utilized the hidden field again with the same name, same value, because that's my role. So ultimately when somebody tries to click on any button of the page, this roles page, this ID should be passed. Okay, you can see now another form tag come into the context. So whether this if will be executed or this else will be executed, so we have to pass it into both of the if else, because if any of the condition is executed, then this will be the result. Okay, now the next step is, or you can do, let me remove from here and let me remove from here as well, and you can pass it at this point also and put it inside echo double quotation marks close, so your code will not be repeated. Okay, but you can see it will repeat because it's the while loop. So what you can do, you can just before the form tag closes, you can add it here so that your code will not be repeating. Okay, so that's it. And here we don't have any other form tag. That's it. The rest of the things are the previous things. We don't need to change. Now let's come on the admin DB. You see I have tackled only the get method, but if it is the post method, then we have to specify else if and check whether it is a get method or not, because at a time you are coming via get method or you are coming via post method. So post, and here again I am writing page ID is equals to $_post, and now we know that we have a hidden field with the name ID, and in that hidden field value we have 1. So ultimately we are getting 1 from here, and with the when somebody tries to click on the roles buttons, so we'll get the same ID also. Okay, and then the same thing I have written here, that if the ID is 1, then roles crude should be displayed. So let's save this page and start the page. You can see now nothing is coming. First of all, when I click here, you see the get method worked, But when I click here, this page is working on the post methodology. So when I click here, you see now, because I have created a hidden field, that hidden field has the value 1. So 1 has been passed to this via post method. That's why the URL is now changed, because post is sending the data via message body, not with the help of the URL. I hope it is clear to everyone. Similarly, you can check everything. Let's try to delete this. You can see it is deleted. Okay, you see one thing, that's the ID of this is coming here. So that's the mistake. Let us remove that inside the roles crude. Where is the delete code? Let's take the deletion. Okay, that's update button, that's edit button, and that's delete button. Okay, this is the problem, that I have displayed the ID. Now I have removed that. Let's come here and delete this mango. So you see now no ID is coming, and the data is successfully deleted also, and everything is perfect. Now when I click on the role users, you can see now 2 is coming. So instead of this 2, I have to specify the new users crude. Let us create that users crude, and then we'll continue in the next lecture how can we specify the user crude operations. So let's save this page with the name users crude, just like roles crude, and the working directory should be inventory portal. And let me check where it is, by the way. Yes, it's in htdocs, that's fine, and save. So because that's my PHP, or you can specify HTML directly, h1 and h1 close users, user management, let's say, and save. And now users crude should be displayed. So for that purpose, I have to come here inside the source code of the admin DB. At this point, instead of echoing the second thing, I have to specify include users crude. That's it. Now let's come here and preview. So you see, when I click here on users, when I click on the roles, users, and so on, guys, you're getting me what I have done. So this is the very important thing that you must understood. How can you navigate via on the dashboard with the help of this static links, and with the help of the get and the post method, because this is the post methodology, but this is the get methodology. I hope it is clear to everyone. Now the next step is to create the users management and the suppliers and the products and the other stuff. And one more thing that we have to do when somebody tries to click here on the dashboard, so the ID should become 0, and on 0 ID we have to display the overall statistics, but we'll see that later on. So I hope it is clear to everyone, guys. That's all for today. If you do not understand anything, please do write me. Thank you so much. Take care. Allah Hafiz.